Hey, welcome back to Evil's Comics. I'm Evil Mike, and I got a review for you today. From Dynamite Comics, we're going to be talking about Disney's Darkwing Duck, issue number 1. It is written by Amanda Deibert, art and colors by Carlo, Lauro, and letters by Jeff Eckleberry, and I went with the Mirka and Dolpho cover, of course, me being a big Mirka fan. But let's get dangerous. No, I'm just playing. Please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell if you're so inclined. If you enjoy these reviews and want more, I try to, do my best. So without further ado, let's get into the review. There is no catch up or anything like that. This book just plays that you are a fan of Darkwing Duck and you know who he is. I would say, hey, this is a great hopping on for new readers, but they don't really give you that. But there's not really into the meat of Darkwing Duck. We got, our main dude, Darkwing Duck. His alias, or his real name, is Drake Mallard. And he is pretty much Batman of this Ducktown. I forget what they call it. Duckville, or I don't know, but we catch up with some of the familiar characters of the cartoon, and that's exactly what this issue feels like. It's just another episode to the ongoing series from Darkwing Duck. We see Launchpad, Gosselin, some other like the Mayor Alson maybe. But basically, the book starts out and it's Darkwing Duck, and he's kind of getting ready for something. He's doing his whole the terror in the night. He's doing his whole Darkwing Duck spiel. Launchpad comes and he's like, "Hey, you're gonna be late." Eventually, Darkwing, he kind of trips on his own cape, and Launchpad has to save him. But we find out he's it's not something specifically for him. It's basically a town hall meeting, and he's being allowed a segment of the topic for that tonight. You got me. But basically, he's supposed to be there, and he's supposed to be, I don't really know, talking about himself or what he does for the city, kind of thing. He is greeted by the mayor, who has been waiting, and she kind of reveals some of the stories of his past accounts. He kind of has these little flashbacks, like the time he saved the town from this, the time he saved the town from ghosts, but none of that is really brought up. She brings up this guy, Herb Muddlefoot, who was kind of a regular on the show, and he kind of tells this story about the time that Darkwing Duck saved his Tupperware, and basically the whole story short, it was under his bed, and just Darkwing was like, "Hey, did you look under your bed?" Darkwing's not too thrilled by the story that's supposed to boost him up as the city's hero or whatever. But it gets short played, because quickly after that they try and get Herb tries to get a photo with him and Darkwing together, and as soon as it does, all the phones start acting crazy and everybody gets zapped, as you can see right there. It's like zap, 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 zap. And we find out that it is, lo and behold, a common regular Darkwing Duck villain, but Megavolt. Which I thought was pretty dope to have in this issue. But basically, he has taken control of everybody's phones, and not only that, but he has somehow made them turn into zombies, or not necessarily zombies, but more like drones, where he can control them. Currently, all the people in attendance at the City Hall meeting are after Darkwing Duck. Darkwing kind of, he's like, "Let's get dangerous," he gets all into it. He quickly jets. He doesn't, he claims it's not a retreat, it's more like an advance to figure out, what's going on. But really he's after Megavolt, because Megavolt took off after he left the drones trying to take out Darkwing. Launchpad shows up, and DW's, I don't know what he calls it, the Darkwing jet. Yeah, I don't know, because it transforms. It's not just a jet, it's like a boat, a hovercraft, all kind of stuff. At the same time, they end up leaving Jocelyn and Herb's son, Honker. all the people end up getting turned, but the only reason they didn't is because they were too young and they didn't have cell phones. It's kind of an ongoing, like, I wouldn't say gag because it's not really funny. It's just an ongoing thing that is brought up throughout the issue of Jocelyn wants a phone and Darkwing thinks she's too young, and lo and behold, look what happened. Cell phones ruin the day. And but it is kind of an ongoing thing, like middle, and in the end, since they're left behind, Jocelyn figures out that it's Megavolt. She tries to like come up with a plan to bring Megavolt back to the like City Hall thing, and she kind of does her own spiel on Darkwing Duck. It's kind of like, let's get into unsupervised and mildly questionable trouble. We jet over to Darkwing and Megavolt. He's quickly on the trail of Megavolt, and he's trying all kind of stuff. He's getting zapped by Megavolt. Eventually the plane starts having to go down. Darkwing does some really badass stuff where he uses his grapple gun and he ends up saving the jet from crashing. He ends up like sliding onto the river where it quickly turns into the Darkwing boat. I don't know. As basically he's trying to Launchpad's trying to convert the boat from plane to boat or whatever, and then Darkwing's trying to figure out where to go next. But he's also trying to get back to Gosselin because it's his daughter and he is a good dad kind of thing, and he has brought it up a couple times at this point. We go back to Gosselin and Honker, and they're basically they came up with this plan to like make a heavy metal band. And it's basically a Darkwing Duck song that she makes up on the spree. But the course of electricity and the heavy metal music is supposed to like generate these sparks to bring back Megavolt, which it does. And it's probably the funnier part of the book because Megavolt, like in his mind, his thought bubbles, he actually loves the song. He thinks it's like super catchy and he could see it being on the radio. But of course, he kidnaps the kids, lures them into a trap, for Darkwing, has more like leverage kind of thing. Darkwing, of course, ends up like, saving the day like normal. No, he actually gets electrocuted. That's how he saves the day, because he jumps on this cord that Megavolt was going to use to shock the kids. It ends up short-circuiting the city, which kind of breaks the connection with all the cell phones. All the city residents are returned to normal, well, not normal, but kind of like, hey, what the heck's going on? Where's my phone? At the very end, it does go back to the dad, can I get a cell phone kind of joke, and then basically at the end, Darkwing's like, nope, you can't get a cell phone. Look, this proves it. And that's where this issue leaves off. Like I said, it was really like a cartoon episode. I really liked this issue because it was just like that. I think it would have been like one tad better if, like, at the beginning of the issue, we would have got some kind of detail on Darkwing Duck for brand new readers or viewers. He's only like 20-something years old. But those are my final thoughts, but other than that, I love the art. It felt like the art literally was hopping from the TV into the book kind of thing. The art is spot on. There is a picture of the next issue, which looks fantastic, from DNA. I think that's Enoch Lee. Oh no, David Nakayama. I always get them confused. In the back, in all Dynamite comics, there's always like pictures of the other covers that you could have grabbed. But man, if you get a chance to look at some of these Darkwing Duck covers from some of these other famous artists like Trish Foster, Brenda Hickey, Ryan Brown, I don't know, Clayton Crane. There are some dope covers. But that is my review. Those are my thoughts. Let me know down below. Did you grab it? What did you think of it? Were you a fan? Was this a first time read? Just let me know. Alright guys, that's what I got for you. This is probably my last review for the night. I will see y'all tomorrow. Alright guys. Bye!